Good morning, guys. I could not get the live to work on the iPad, so I'm going to have to try on here because I've spent the last 10 minutes trying to work out why the live button is not showing up. So if you guys can let me know if this is working or not, because it's my phone again and I seem to just be having real problems. Good morning, Craig. Can you let me know how the sound is? Can you guys hear me? Am I freezing? What's going on? Can somebody teach me how to work the bloody iPad? So let me know if this is working or not, because, oh my God, I am demented. It's okay for now. Okie dokie. Right, so I'm just going to carry on and you guys have to let me know. Good sound and vision, great, Janie. Right, so let's, happy days, happy days. Right, so what I want to talk to you about today is our relationship with the body. Morning, Pamela. And not just our relationship with the body, the story that we've been given or that we accepted about the body, because remember, we're moving out of blame and complain and we're moving into responsibility. And there is a new narrative around the body. Morning, Patricia. And I think it's very exciting. It's very exciting because it leads us to a much deeper understanding of why we are the way we are. And also, you know, our kind of unconscious behaviour where we really have been kind of floundering in the dark quite a lot when it comes to the body. No real deep understanding of how it works, kind of, you know, trying things and hoping for the best and getting frustrated, not liking the way it looks, not liking how much it weighs. And quite simply because we're functioning from such an outdated model of physics and chemistry, it turns out as well. Our biology is very, very, very different from what we thought it was. And that's mainly because it turns out we've got tons and tons of microbes that actually we host. Like a lot of fish and whales do that. There's an ecosystem within our ecosystem, within the ecosystem that we are part of. And why is that important? Well, because when it comes to our diet and what we're eating and what we're putting in the body, we're feeding the microbiota. And if you're feeding the wrong foods that will make the army of germs and bacteria and fungus stronger, well, then it can override the good bacteria and we will experience disease. And what we're doing right now is we're like killing things, antibiotic, antiseptic, antidepressant, kill. We're still working on the symptoms, which is just ludicrous with our understanding. So basically, and so what we're starting to see now is, instead of cutting bits out the body when the microbiota, because it's just a complete lack of understanding, not really knowing that we are this absolute living ecosystem. So instead of trying to kill the bad bacteria, feed the good bacteria, either with what you're eating or, of course, the pretty disgusting fecal matter transplants. Now, I'm sure this is only a couple of decades old, this research, and we know that that's usually how long it takes to get from discovery down to us poor wee minions on the bed. So understanding this and educating yourself in this is not just critical for your health, but for your children and for your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren and people that aren't even here yet, if they're going to ever get a chance to get here with what's going on right now. But anyway, let's assume the best. The Great Awakening is on. So we have these little beasts, little microbes living within the gut, and there's a concentration of them in our large intestine. And they help us. We need them because they break down. We're feeding them as well as feeding our cells and ourselves, the body. We're only 56% body and the rest is these little things that are living on us. And again, I was watching a video this morning, and the guy described it like a forest. So we have all these different microbes and it's a very, very intelligent system that is designed to work with nature and within this amazing natural world that we are designed to be living in. And in the West, we've detached ourselves from that natural world and her natural foods and her natural water, and we've changed everything, processed, added shit to it, sprayed it with stuff, killed it with stuff, because we're still living on the germ theory that kill the germ, kill the germ, kill the germ, which Louis Pasteur, pasteurisation, kill the germs. And the killing the germs is very handy because it'll make your product sit on the shelf longer. But the body then doesn't recognise it, and you're not getting the one thing from it that really helps the body, which is the bacteria. So when and you know it's illegal to get raw milk in Scotland. I mean, it's honest to God bonkers. But don't get me started on the stupid laws that we've got. We, the unstoppable parents and grandparents, there's two things that we need to do. We need to get all these poisonous foods out, the genetically modified foods, and the ones that have been sprayed with these crazy, crazy chemicals that are known carcinogens for the body. So they get into the body, they perforate the gut lining, they destroy the good bacteria, along with all the other pharmaceutical drugs that we take, not in moderation, because what we do now is we're just given one drug after another, and it's really starting to get me mad, because it is destroying people's bodies, and they just trust and accept that the doctor knows best, and there are great doctors out there that know this stuff, I understand that, but your body is your responsibility, nobody else's. Your heart, your gut, your brain, you're here for a reason. You're an individual. You've got a purpose. And if your body's not working right, you ain't going to work that out. You just can't. Because if your gut's upset, it's not feeding the right information through the heart into your brain, and you'll be foggy, you'll be tired, and you'll be apathetic. And that is what's happening. I'm looking around my fellow countrymen thinking, what is wrong here? We need the gut to be happy and healthy, because do you know the gut biome, and this is important for your kids, because you're choosing what to put in your mouth, but you're also choosing what to put in your kids' mouth. And this is a responsibility, and I know this is an emotive subject, and the last thing I want to do is to stress mums. I want to educate them and inspire them in the magic of the body and the magic of feeding them the good bacteria. And a fibre-rich, diverse diet that is going to make... I mean, the thing is, we're all here, we've all got our own responsibilities, but if your body is not working, if your gut's like in turmoil, it transfers that emotion through your body, and you feel it as if it's really you. Now, as somebody who teaches people how to let go of negative emotions, if your gut is screaming at you, if you come to me for a nutrition consultation, if you've got anxiety or depression, the first thing I'll get you to do is check for candida, because it is so, so common, and it just means the fungus in your gut is overtaking, and your body's going, listen, I'm tired, I'm bloating, I'm foggy, can you do something? The body speaks to us in feelings. So we need to learn this phenomenal new way to see the body. It's a bit like saying, that must have been the earth isn't flat anymore. Your body is not solid. It is energy, and it's alive, and it's intelligent beyond your wildest dreams. And we have been living through the wrong story, the wrong narrative, the wrong physics and the wrong frickin' pasteurisation bollocks, which basically tells us, and Louis Pasteur and Béchamp had this debate. Béchamp said it's the terrain that the germ lands in. And this is very relevant just now, because if you're a healthy being, you don't need to worry what other sick beings are doing. But if you're a sick being, you might have to be very careful in case you catch anything. And now they're using this strategy really beautifully to get us fighting and divided amongst ourselves. If you're worried about other beings giving you something, you need to change and flip that attitude. Your body is perfectly capable of healing itself when you give it the place and the space to do that. And that, I can assure you, is going to mean a whole load of education and understanding about the power that you are. And, you know, I'm getting really angry now at this stuff because I'm like, I need to get this information out to people that are understanding. You know, I'm working with young kids. It breaks my heart, the suffering that they're in. And a lot of that could be quickly changed in a matter of weeks with a change in the food that they're given, with a change in the techniques, with a change in their understanding of their body and how powerful they are. You know, this stuff, we can't fanny around any longer. I'm sorry for the use of the word, but it's true. We have to stand up for our children and for our grandchildren and for ourselves. Our cells are hugely intelligent and they're hanging on in there, the container for your soul, for your spirit. You know, don't think you're here by accident. You're not. You're here for a reason, for a purpose. You chose to come here at this time. And even if you don't believe that, just imagine that that is the case for now and see how it makes you feel. And when we have gone down this crazy, crazy path of kill, 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 putting antiseptic soaps on our children's hands and in their mouths, the bacteria that's in your mouth that's meant to be there, kill them as well. Kill the bacteria in your face, kill the bacteria in your brain, kill the bacteria in your gut. I mean, seriously, people, what the hell are we playing at? We need to really, really wake up. So anyway, that's my rant over on that. What can you do to fix it? Well, there's loads of things that you can do. Loads and loads and loads and loads of things that you can do. And it's all coming to you in the Scotland's Wild Medicine book. And everything that you have led to believe that you need in order to be beautiful and healthy and well is free, it turns out. So what we need to do is we need to learn, okay? We need to become inspired. We need to create communities of unstoppable parents, because a lot of our children's behaviour is being created by inflammation, plain and simple, and there can be a ton of reasons for that. So when you think about breathing, nose breathing, and we're going to do some exercises on this because I need to calm down because I'm so incensed by the stupidity that's going on out there. So we can nose breathe and we can teach our children to nose breathe. And I've been doing this with my grandkids because they're the poor wee guinea pigs that get used for everything. So I'm like, remember, and if you just simply doing this with their lips when they're sleeping and they'll start to breathe through their nose. That one thing, hugely powerful. Making sure they're going to bed at the right times and getting the healing hormones and the power to do all this. And that involves switch your Wi-Fi off at night when you go to bed. Stop polluting the airwaves. Then get them outside, running, particularly boys. Girls need exercise too, but most boys need a lot more exercise than girls. Allow them to wrestle, get them together with their friends, and understand that's get them wrestling in the dirt, get them dirty. They need the mud, they need the soil, they need Mother Earth's natural, live microbes that are there and designed to interact with our ecosystem and the ecosystem inside of us. So, and then when it comes to food, now again, I understand that for a lot of parents that is so stressful, and this is again why I feel we have to do this as a community. And you know, this idea like, oh, she's an old hippie, she won't give her kid this and won't give it. It's not cool to give your kids fizzy juice and sugar. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. You're feeding the wrong army. And I understand as well that it can be really difficult, you know, if you've allowed a child to eat a lot. Don't buy crap. That's number one thing that makes it very, very simple. But when you're trying, I totally understand if the child's fussy and you're busy, maybe you're trying to juggle a job, all the stuff. I get that. So we're going to bring you really simple alternatives. And I love that about Zen Honeycutt's podcast. She said, you know, that it wasn't like you didn't get pizza. Because you think about this realistically. You have, say you have toast for breakfast, sandwich for lunch, and then pasta or a pizza for dinner. And all that wheat that they've used to make these products has been sprayed with pesticides. So 3 times a day, you're ingesting that pesticide. So pasta's getting a bad rap and pizza's getting a bad rap, when in actual fact, it's the way they've grown the wheat to make that. So if you can choose an organic alternative, then you stop overloading, because this is about overload. Our bodies are genius and amazing and resilient, but the more crap you put in, the more pharmaceutical drugs you put in, the more crap food you put in, the more toxic thoughts you think, the more you slag off your neighbours and hate others, the more you weigh the body down and the more likely you are to experience dis-ease. It's obvious. So when you can start to take enough straws off the camel's back, i.e. choose foods that have been grown without pesticides. So just make these choices. Make your own pizza dough and your own pizzas. So it's not a case of don't have pizza, but have it the way it was meant to be made, with real flour grown in a nutrient-dense soil. So make these choices, and the supermarkets now deliver. So even living in a rural area like us, you can still make sure you're making these choices. And then add in, how do you add in raw live foods, apples? Now again, buying organic, that can be a bit of a minefield as well. But here's the thing, buy what you can afford. If they aren't organic, soak them in apple cider vinegar or bicarbonate soda and wash them. If you can afford organic, buy organic. And then carrot sticks. You can easily just scrape your carrots and cut them up into sticks. Nuts, raw stuff, nuts, seeds, soak your nuts and seeds and really bring them to life. And get the kids to make their own things, sprout things. And then, of course, there's fermenting. So fermenting, kombucha's cheap as chips to make, and so is sauerkraut. Super cheap. What I loved about Zen's podcast was when her kids got a treat to feed the bad army, she made them have a spoonful of sauerkraut afterwards, to balance out the bacteria. So I think that's a really simple thing that most parents could do once they understand. You need to be educated in this. You need to understand why you would go to the bother, which brings me to neuroscience. When we make changes, it's phenomenally exciting, the neurogenesis and neuroplasticity of the brain. Just simply means that we can regenerate in a way that we never previously thought possible. And Joe Dispenza is demonstrating that brilliantly with his hundreds of thousands of people that have been through his workshops. So we have the power with our thoughts and our feelings and our perceptions and our understanding and our will and our intention and attention, that we can change anything we want in the body with this. Wim Hof, they're rewriting the textbooks, because everything that we thought was right, turns out it was wrong. So what can you do in order to give your cells this phenomenal vibrating energy mass, more energy, more love, more, this whole thing, love yourself, look in the mirror and say, I love you. I mean, most people, let's face it, particularly as cynical Scots, we're just not going to do that. But when you understand you're living in this phenomenal forest, this musical instrument that we call the body, that's this phenomenal, exciting ecosystem, then you can start to actually love your cells, loving the body, loving the opportunities that it brings for you, and how you can change its frequency and vibration by very, very simple things like humming and chanting and all the stuff that is, that we know works. Breathing differently, thinking differently, catching yourself when you're judging and criticising yourself or your neighbours or Piers Morgan. All of that, we have to address it all, because we're a holistic system. And when we realise that we are part of an orchestra, part of a forest that's out there and in here, we can really look at the magic of being human with total awe. It is just simply magnificent. And when we start to really genuinely see that, you're like, wow, what an honour it is. What a joy it is to actually be able to experience the most incredible fairground ride you could ever experience, because you are in control of it. So anyway, let's just do a little bit of exercise on loving yourselves. And this new story, I'm going to post a picture of what you really look like. And the other thing that's really interesting is, pets are great for our kids' biome, because there's a lot of things on there. Pets are really good for it. Obviously, getting them in the garden is really good, and getting them out in the forest, getting them in their bare feet, getting them grounded. There's hundreds, literally, of things that you can do to ensure that your child and that your grandchildren are getting the best possible chance at life. Because their epigenetics, what we do today, has an impact in decades down the line. And we're very poor in the West at understanding that. We do things and say, oh, I did that and I was fine. You might not be fine in 10, 15, 20 years. That food that's going through their body is setting up the store for their future health picture. And trust me, you want to make sure that you're giving them the best opportunity, because it is so distressing if your kids ever get sick. And that will happen in this polluted planet. But we can change that by standing up and saying enough already. Stop polluting our soil, stop polluting our water, stop polluting our air, and allow us to breathe fresh air and interact with other human beings, because it's so, so important for your immune system and for your mental health. So let's just do some breathing. Off in a rant again. Let's do the 4-7-8 and just chill out. So breathing in. Hold. And out. And in. Hold. And out. And in. Hold. And out. And in. Hold. And out. Okay. And let's do a little bit of belly breathing, and then we'll just go into a meditation and a releasing session on letting go of the idea that you're a meat suit, that's a big problem, that you've got to diet, you've got to love, you've got to do all these things, and you don't know what's going to happen to it, and maybe all the hormonal changes, and into this new understanding that is telling you that you're a mass of energy that can be literally in an instant, your whole energetic system can change and connect to the blueprint for healing. That is a possibility for all of us. And we need to absolutely open our minds to the new quantum universe that we live in. And I'm not telling you in here that's not science, it's not been proven, it's not been shown. If you have not experienced Joe Dispenza's work, get in there. Him and Lynn McTaggart have measured the brains, they've watched the electricity downloads, the huge electrical current of energy that comes in when we change and put our brain and our heart into coherence and tap into the unified field. It's measured. This isn't just a hippy-dippy idea or somebody in the East can do it. This is people in the West doing the work, waking up to their phenomenal potential. It's quite mind-blowing, actually, but it's so exciting. But it's sometimes you have to really educate and learn to fully understand the power that is within you. And you don't need any money. You don't need any education. You don't need to live in a big house. You don't need to fly to another country. You don't even need to do yoga, although I highly recommend that you do. All of these things are helping you to wake up to the magnificent, sentient being that you are. So let's do some bellow breathing and let's really get into these cells and let's feel the magic. Okay, so just breathe in. You know the deal. Breathe in the gut, get the belly right out. And it's a very active out breath as well. You're not just letting it go. It's in and out, active. Use your abdominal muscles. Get in control here. Break through that apathy. Take back your power. Okay, so just... Come on, mean it. Five more. Breathe all the way in and all the way out. And a controlled pause. Hold your breath. Close your eyes. Observe the energy. Tingling, lightheadedness, space, expansion. Allow it all. Let go. Allow the body to do what it will always do for you when you move out the way. 3, 2, 1, breathe in. And squeeze all that air, all that beautiful energy into your amazing brain and set off that electrical charge. Hold it. Hold it. Feel the crystals ignite and lighten. And let it go. Okay, just keep your eyes closed. You're tuning into this phenomenal energy system you call the body. Listen to these cells because they are listening to you. We're creating a new relationship with this intelligence that is literally suspended in space, hanging on your every word, thought, belief, perception, feeling, intention. These little microbes, they're with you. With you in the shower, with you in the burn, with you when you're singing, with you when you're sad. This ecosystem that we are is magnificent beyond our wildest dreams. So get to know this ecosystem. Tune in now. Feel. Remember, the body speaks to you in feelings and vibrations. Mine's stomach's rumbling away right now. So feel the body. Feel these cells and the little creatures that are living within the body and on top of the body. And just feel the love for this unspeakable intelligence. This new narrative of how truly incredible you are. And how we've just simply misunderstood the information that was being transferred through the body. We didn't realise what needed fed, what needed loved and nurtured. And just see yourself as this energy system suspended in space, part of a unified field of intelligence. And just allow the cells to expand in awe and wonder at the magnificence of the universe above and below. Consciously allow the cells to expand. And consciously allow yourself to let go. Let go of any outdated information that no longer serves you. Feel the courage and just set it free now. Let go. Trust and surrender to the process. Allow yourself to see the magnificence, to awaken to the new narrative, to be in awe of the mystical, and to really commit to this new relationship with the body. And we're going to do the Ho'oponopono prayer to ourselves for the purgatory we've put them through, not understanding a thing about it. So if you want to just put your hand in your heart as we go into prayer, and thanks to the incredible vibrating cells that contain your soul. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And if you have any doubt that you have the capacity to heal anything and everything, welcome that doubt now and let it go. And welcome any limiting beliefs that could possibly hold you back. You may or may not know what they are, keeping you small, keeping you feeling powerless. Welcome all of that now and just let it go. And allow yourself to see yourself joyful, creative, magnificent energy being, capable of anything and everything, here on earth at this truly incredible time. Allow your vibration to rise. You have that power within. we have self-will, free will. We choose. Allow your frequency to rise gently and a little bit higher and a little bit higher and a little bit higher. Feel the divine energy flow through every cell, lighting the dark and releasing the past. Let it flow. Let it go. And in your own time, just come back into the room. Okay. So that's everyone healed. So we have this new narrative which we need to share with the world. A lot of the people in East are already perfectly aware of the invisible. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Patricia. Yes, we the people, it's this phenomenal time for waking up, and simply waking up is raising your vibration and understanding how powerful you are. So I'm glad this worked. I don't know, I can have a look back and see if there was any freezing, but it looks like you all got to hear the content, which is fantastic. So remember, download the app, share the content if you can with people that you know. Thanks, Craig. And give me your feedback, you know, what great stuff. Give me your feedback and how it feels and any gains that you've had, because when you start doing this stuff, you'll start to notice energy shifting and people shifting and different things happening in your life. So it's very, very powerful. Great, no freezing, fantastic. Okay, guys, and I'm going to go. Thanks, Leslie. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, so let's get the word out, guys. Let's get this great awakening underway. Made my day. Thanks, Ron. Great stuff. Okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow at the same time. Thanks, Kimberly. Ciao. I've shared 5 times. Thanks, Janie. Great stuff. Ciao, guys. So you can see my phone not letting me finish now.